And welcome back, everybody, to the CCL Vanguard Open. Once again, my name is Seymour. Alongside me, the duo himself, my trusty sidekick in Cruz. And we're here to bring you the winners finals now between Braves Esports and ASU Maroon. Now, both of these teams moving on into the winners finals from the winners semi, respectively, beating out their opponents. Jesse, this is looking like a banger, but once again, let's bring it back. Let's talk about the prizing, Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, it's a $2,500 prize pool. Huge amount of money on the line here between a couple of these teams. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. We only have a few teams left here within the CCL within the CCL Championship Sunday. But as you can see, the prize pool breakdown, $2,500 is the pool. First place team is going to walk away with $1,500. Second place team, a nice $700 prize for yourself. And then third place, a respectable $250 to walk away with. I mean, it's all on the line. It's all to play for here. And I mean, I don't think we could ask for a better winners final here than these two teams today.
I don't know, ASU Maroon, I mean, they came swinging in our last winners semifinal. On stream, we got to see them go the distance. Yeah, it was a little bit shaky towards the end, but they pulled through at the end of it. And honestly, their search and destroys are looking good. Their bow cash hardpoint looked good, but right now you're facing a different opponent. The Titans, that are Ottawa Braves on the opposite side, are reigning CCL champions as well out of this whole roster. So this is just kind of a step up the levels of CCL right now. You're going up against Ottawa. You're going to have to bring out your all if you want to make it into the grand finals right now. Talk to me a little bit about both of these teams, Jesse, and really what we're expecting from the series.
Well, I mean, kind of a story for both these teams and how they got here so far. ASU Maroon, they went through the winners bracket. Oh, both of them obviously have gone through the winners bracket, but ASU Maroon, round number 1, they took out GCU Black in a game 5. Very good win for themselves there. And then speaking of game 5s, they said, hey, we did it once, let's do it again. Game 5 against SEU, almost round 11, it went to round 10. They were able to take the victory there. Still yet to drop a search and destroy yet in the winners bracket. But I mean, it is a completely different story when you look over at the Braves Esports side. Still yet to drop a map in the winners bracket. A very good team here is Braves Esports. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard of these guys before, but they're definitely very talented players. I mean, Fame, Ethan Too Nice, Noisy, and Lightning. Definitely not a roster to be sleeping on by any means, but they took out Concord Maroon in the first round. Not the same Concord Maroon from past years, but still a 3-0 nonetheless over a very good team. They actually get a forfeit victory in round number 2, and that leaves us here. They're going to take on ASU Maroon.
Not to mention that this is Noisy's last CCL tournament, as he is going to be graduating soon on top of that. So this is Ottawa coming to a new level right now, looking to leave their mark on the CCL with the legacy that they have accumulated right now. But let's talk about the series. Let's look at our maps, because we do have a best of 5 between both of these two teams. And it's all going to be starting right here on Berlin Hardpoint. We got Search and Destroy going to Demyansk as our second one. Tuscan as our third hard point, and Bocage, double dose of Bocage to finish this off if it does go the distance. Now, if you're looking at ASU Maroon side, this is going to be a tough one. Can you hand Braves Esports an L right now in the series, in the winners bracket? Can you take yourself to the grand finals? These are the maps that you're going to have to make do, and I think if you're looking at their end, the one thing that really points out to me is that if this goes the distance, both of the Search and Destroys you've already taken today.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I think, honestly, because of how small the map pool is right now within Vanguard and what we're playing with for this tournament, kind of works out well in their favor that they're playing the 2 maps that they just played in the winter semifinals here again in the winners finals for themselves. So already practiced today as well. Braves, let's not forget, they have not played a match yet today. They obviously probably were scrimming, warming up in the back, but I mean, nonetheless, it's still different playing a scrim and playing an actual match of the day. So ASU Maroon, they're probably coming a little bit hotter here into the series. The comms are going to be hot. They're coming off of a very good victory. And honestly, if I'm looking at ASU Maroon and I'm trying to kind of really balance out a key to success for them and a way for them to be able to win here, they need to stick to their strengths in Search and Destroy. They need to win both the Search and Destroy maps, and they need to steal away one of these hard points off of Braves Esports. But a lot easier said than done, because this Braves Esports team, their hard point is going to be unreal. Let's be honest. This is 4 players who are top challenger players who can really be a difference maker in a lot of these series. And if the Braves Esports really come out here and play to their full extent, even hot or not, if they come out and they play to their full extent, this team is going to be a very tough opponent to take down.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. Folks, if you're trying to catch more CCL action, don't forget that right now we do have a series going on the Bravo stream, twitch.tv/collegecodbravo. We're looking at SEU Blue going up against NJIT Red to make their way into the losers finals to play Eagles COD to keep their chance alive here in the Vanguard Open. But Cruz, aside from that match going on right now, we do have Berlin Hardpoint coming up very shortly between both of these teams. Why don't you break down what we're going to be seeing inside of it?
Yeah, so I mean, Berlin Hardpoint's a really interesting one, actually. I feel like the spawns on this map are kind of more consistent than on a lot of the other maps right now, because you really have two main spawn points through a lot of the hills, because a lot of the hills are really right around each other. Like, you have Hill 1, it's in that office room, but Hill 2, it's just, what, maybe 10-15 steps across the way through. You go through a building, and bam, you're right there. You get through the train station, you're at Hill number 2, into those broken buildings, bottom of the mail room. And I mean, all the hills, they're so close to each other, and if you can hold the hills in the right areas, you should know where the other team is spawning for the most part. Either you're going to be spawning in the top left by Hill number 3, by those broken buildings, or you're going to be spawning somewhere down by the train station on almost all of our hills. So that should be kind of a big key to this, is if these teams can really read their hills right and really know how to kind of lock it down, that's going to be a big point. And I really like this map as well for ASU. I mean, we saw them kind of in that last series. I kind of misspoke there. I actually don't really like this map that much for ASU. We saw from Bocage, they were kind of better off in like the more rambunctious, the higher flying, like let's like consistently just keep throwing our bodies at the hill kind of chaos map. When it came to a map where there were money hills and kind of locking it down, they lost both of those to SEU in the last series. So this could really be not a great map for them to start off in this series, because hill number 3 can be such a big money hill. And that's a big hill I'm looking at for the Braves to probably lock a lot of time down on. And
honestly, it has to be looming in the back of their mind that Tuscan hardpoint for map number 3 just seems to be the monster in their closet right now that he just can't shake. So, I mean, coming out with the Berlin hardpoint, you have to see them go big. You know what I like about Vanguard so far is the maps like Berlin, big maps like this that bring hardpoint into the fray with a lot larger of a playing field, is that it brings out different play styles out of these teams that we don't usually get to see in old Call of Duties or in previous titles inside the game. Now, this is going to be causing teams to play a lot differently, like not as fast. I mean, over towards the offices in the upper courtyard now, when you get into those hills 1 and 3, maybe in hill 2, it's going to be a lot closer, but in hill 4, hill 5, it's a lot more open. There's a lot more sightlines that can really lock things down on a lot tighter of power angles. So in a map like Berlin that can be so wide open in certain hills, I'm just enjoying Vanguard and how much it can really show teams adapting to the new game.
I mean, Hill 5 is going to be an absolutely crazy hill. And actually, that might be a hill that ASU might be able to come out on top of, because it's going to be so crazy with everybody just kind of flying at the hill. And I think that does play kind of into ASU's factor and into their kind of win potential if they want to be able to take the victory. So maybe Hill 5 might just be where ASU might be able to dominate and really bring themselves back into this game. But one thing is for sure, when you look at Berlin, if you are playing this map, if you lock down a good amount of time on P3, or better yet, if you're not the team in P3 and you're losing out on a lot of time, you really want to make sure you lock down that hill number 4. Otherwise, it is going to be a very, very big score differential going the other way.
Well, folks, we're trying to round up these players to get Berlin Hardpoint underway. But while we do, we are going to cut to a short break, get everything together, get everything set up. And when we're back, it's going to be some Call of Duty. Stay tuned. Folks, welcome back. I apologize for the short break, but we're here with Berlin, map 1 of the winners finals. Once again, my name's Seymour. Alongside me is Cruz. And now, Cruz, for everybody that's just tuning in now, may have missed the pregame, talk to me a little bit about what we're seeing on Berlin.
Well, we're seeing Braves Esports going up against ASU Maroon, and Braves Esports absolutely get the preferred spawns right off the rip to start this game off, and you can see why they're already inside of this hill, gaining a decent amount of time here right off the rip, already 20 seconds to their name. And you can see all the ASU Maroon players, they're kind of trying to come off spawn, get around in and around this hill, but the spawns flip out. And now it's kind of funny, because we were talking about this in the green room before we came into this, but when you hop inside this hill, you definitely get the advantage off the left-hand side of the map to start it off. But now that the Braves are inside this hill and the spawns have flipped, like, it's kind of an advantage to be holding the right side.
It is, and the rotation battle now here. Lightning's gonna fall. FXTD finds the opening. Can he find a second? He can. Noisy falls out of that hill. Fish is going to top this off with a nice 4 down. So ASU getting some early time into this hill. As the logos may be a little bit flipped inside our screen. It is right now a lead to Braves, but ASU slowly climbing back. Braves on the front door. Lightning looking for it over the top, but again, 2 go down to the other way. ASU split the difference. Now Noisy to get into this hill, but going to play his life. Very smart play here from the veteran SMG player. He's going to hop on in, looking to get in for the possession. Last 27 seconds cruise, but ASU, they are right back in this.
Very impressed with ASU's hold on this map, on this hill as well. This mailroom is usually very tough to hold on to, and I love this overextension from ASU. Not only have they basically gotten a full 60 on a hill that's normally extremely hard to get a full 60 on, now they're heading towards our money hill, and they're going to be the first team here. They have a full setup ready to go here on P3.
Once again, the Braves looking to break. Coming from the front, Sprack shuts down Ethan. A second one from Gravity, closing out these Braves players. Oh no! Sprack, the team kill onto Gravity. Still the kills going the way of the red. As it is a sea of kills for ASU Maroon. Finally, Lightning finds the difference maker. Looking to get into this hill is Fame, the contention, the kill. The second one onto Gravity. It's this toss-up who's going to win it, and Noisy comes out on top. But can he hold off for the rest of them? He does have reinforcements in his teammates. Lightning's going to find one. Ethan's into the mix. Still ASU on the brim of this point. Affectini looking to break now as ASU in for the possession, and there it is.
But this is why this hill is such a money hill. And, I mean, Braves with a fantastic break here. But look how close the rest of the ASU players are still spawning to this hill. Everybody continues just to spawn up right at that crane. I'm surprised, actually, that nobody goes to contest this hill towards the end of it. We will finally get Affectini pushing in, and he will actually pick up the back 10 seconds of this hill. But now the rotation from 3 to 4, it's so important, because if you don't lock down a lot of time on one, you absolutely need to answer back with a good amount of time here on this train yard hill.
Fame already on the early rotation. This automation is catching strays right now, as Ethan's going to be soaking up this time. It's a marginally even game right now, but this hill, sorry about it early, if you lock this down, if you slay the angles, if you slay the lanes, you can find a lot of time here. Ethan's going to close out on this hill. It's 3 kills the way of ASU. Affectini's going to find a nice double kill. Now they take care of Fame. They're going to take care of business. However, Braves, with the close spawn in Warehouse, they're able to reinforce this hill right away. Get back into this time, and Fave is ripping through this on a 6 spray, 2 streaks in his back pocket. Can he top this off right now with a kill in the back line? He cannot. A big kill from Sprack, but a lot of damage from Braves.
Sprack had just been chilling in the back that entire time, but look who still spawns up in the back after that gunfight comes out. They hold their kill cams. Braves spawn up on the old hill still. They continue just to keep reinforcing this. Should have around a 25-point lead at the end of this hill. But now we head to P5, and this hill is just probably one of the most contest-heavy hills that we'll get all season long.
Ethan on the top third. Have a lot of angles right now to these approaching ASU players. Fishy gets caught on the flank. No more flank presence here from ASU. Everything coming from the front line. Lightning finds a third. It's almost 4 down here. So ASU, they really need to slow this down before they can really get out to the gates. Noisy stunned up in the back on 13 HP. Here's the collapse. 3 kills the other way. ASU find a break.
Just so many different angles that you can shoot from and you can break from if you're ASU Maroon in that fight. This is such a hard hill for them to be able to hold on to. And I mean, honestly, it's exactly what I thought we were going to get. It's a very split hill so far through, but I mean, the Braves are doing a very good job of just trying to gain a little bit of time here. And now with the map being actually flipped as well, Braves are putting themselves in a great spot going back over to P1, because as we know, this hill, once you get in towards our second set of rotations, if you get a good hold on this hill and you can zone out properly, this could absolutely turn into a money hill.
Well, you see ASU, they get the spawn up inside P3, so they're going to be able to approach this from upper courtyard. But like you said, the zoning right now from Braves is such a heavy presence right now inside the maps, all yellow in the kill feed. Still the spawn from ASU going to be out from that upper courtyard to flush on in, or flood on in right in here, and Braves just maintaining hill time right now, taking their lead up almost a whole 70 points right now, Jesse. As this is starting to get a little bit out of hand, you have to be careful if you're ASU.
Yeah, but job 1 is done for ASU. They clear out upper courtyards. They get a 4 down. Only 1 player now left inside the hill is Fame. But I mean, Fame has been fantastic throughout this entire tournament. He will finally end up falling, and they have to send 3 players towards Old just to get this scrap time here if you're ASU Maroon. And what kind of sucks for them now is this next hill that they were going to, this mailroom hill, this was where they dominated the last set of rotations. but this time through, they're not going to be the first team here. Braves have a very good chance to set up for this hill.
No, Braves looking to mirror their opposition in this side. It's still continuing with heavy slaying right now. Fame 21-12 right now, having quite the Berlin hard point. Now Ethan across that map catches 2 on the rotation, still holding off that front line. 3 in a row here, as Gravity's gonna be the closest one now. Can rotate out through that hill. 5 along the side is gonna be caught out from Fame, looking to reinforce this side, this hill on the back line. Swaps to the pistol, gonna close this one out, as these ASU players are going to be approaching from the streets, but they have already burned off 30 seconds of time, and Braves looking to clean up the rest of them, Jesse. They just have to find these last couple of players, and they do.
It's crazy. I don't know what kind of notes I was taking before this broadcast, Seymour, but I said that this mailroom is normally very hard to get a lot of time on because of how many different angles you can hit from. But this is back-to-back times we've gone to this hill, and back-to-back times where we've seen 2 different teams get full 60s. And now because the Braves are in control of the top left-hand side of the map, they are going to be the first team spawning up close to this P3 hill, and they might even be able to put it away here.
You got to watch out, though, because ASU is still in the upper courtyard. Ethan holding a credit angle right on the entrance, waiting for the flood to come in. Catches some bad timing. Gravity's going to find it now. The opening, the window there for ASU to approach. They have the site under control. Can they slay out the rest of them? That's 4 in a row for themselves, but you still have Braves right on the edge to fight on back. Still getting those street spawns to reinforce this hill. They're going to be into the mix. The crossfire good so far, but ASU are falling fast in the site. Is Fishy looking to hold his own, able to double down inside, but still Braves in control. Braves over 200. They're going to get really close to closing out this map.
But job done, though, for ASU. They get inside the hill to at least not allow them to be able to win on this hill. We extend it to at least train yards where they can try to push over and then get a full setup. But the flip comes in at the worst possible time. And now the Braves, they can just rotate over towards the new hill. They don't need to worry about scrap time. All they need is 25 seconds here, and they can try to lock it down in.
They gotta go! They gotta go now! Because this is where the Braves can close out this map, Jesse. As you can already see, the rotations are here. They're zoning them out all the way in the back. Noisy catching the route, and the route man. Oh, I was gonna say the route man gets paid, but he actually didn't. He got the worst timing ever. Noisy gets worked around the angles, and ASU still staying alive in this. 138 to 231, a whole 100-point lead now closing on in. As the kill's coming through, Fame finds one with the second one looking alongside with Ethan. It's another 3 down inside. This Sprack needs to keep his team inside. And he is coming up right now with a big 2-piece to hold on tight right now to this map. A third one onto Fame now. Solo holding right now. ASU Maroon, Jesse.
It was a great overextension from ASU Maroon to be able to get from P3 to P4 and lock down a good amount of time here. They really haven't allowed the Braves to get any time here on this hill, and now we're going to be heading back towards a very contest-heavy hill. And if ASU Maroon can find a way to break out of this and get a good amount of time here and just not allow Braves to win on this hill, if they can get back to P1, they can still bring this game right back into their favor.
Gravity. He gets spotted. How's he going to play this? Oh, trying to finesse his way around it. He has no noise. He catches him out. So now Braves are going to be the first one into the hill. It's going to be heavily contested from the front. Ethan still coming away with some slaying. 240 now under their belt. 9 more points to close out this map number 1. ASU, they got to hit the road. They have to contest this hill, and it's do or die right now. Finally, the kill's going to be there. The break for ASU. They find a presence into this hill, and they get 3 down, Jesse, but this is so close. You only need 3 points. ASU need to hold on. They need to play perfect hard point.
I feel like we've been saying that for a couple of hills, but they're doing the job right now. They're definitely starting to bring this one back. Fishy 1 kill off of possibly being able to find some streaks, and he's playing this top 3rd floor, and he's able to find 2 more, finds those streaks, but now the Braves can get inside this hill. They only need 1 second left to win.
What? 249 to 185. It's a race to get back to the offices. Who's going to be there first? It looks like Ethan's here to slay on out. The double punch, the fisticuffs, and Braves Esports are going to clutch up in the 3rd set of rotations to find Berlin and lead the series. But oh my word, did ASU give them a run for their money?
Definitely not as comfortable as Ottawa would have wanted that game to be. I mean, they were up, what, 230 to 130 at one point in that game. Like, it was looking like they definitely could put that one away a little bit earlier on. But, I mean, ASU just looked fantastic in the second set of rotations there. If they didn't fall down so big so early on in that game, I think that they really could have probably taken that game off of Ottawa Black. Very unfortunate for them to have fallen so early on and just given such a big lead to the likes of these Ottawa players. Now when you're looking, though, and you're the Braves, you just won that map number 1 with a very uncharacteristic rough performance out of Lightning. He was double negative through that map 1. I mean, yes, probably not the best map for an objective SMG player, but still, I mean, if you're one of your better players is going double negative and you're coming out with still a 60-point win, no complaints there.
No. You get the job done at the end of it. And you know what? A lot of the time when you reach the winners finals, it's not how big of a lead you close out with. It's just getting the job done. And that's what the Braves esports do. Maybe not as flashy as we're used to seeing this team kind of come out on top with in the CCL, but that just goes to show at what ASU Maroon is bringing right now to the winners finals. We got Dem Yan Search and Destroy coming up next, Jesse. We're looking at ASU Maroon, and we've already set up this whole storyline that this is their better game mode. They have yet to drop a Search and Destroy in the winners bracket so far in the CCL Vanguard Open, and I don't think they plan on doing it soon. However, I mean, you just came off of a round 11 from this map. They need to look to close out on this one, because if you're going to a map 3, you have to kind of be worried about the monster in your closet.
Yeah, you really do, because that Tuscan hardpoint was probably the worst hardpoint that they played. Or, yeah, it probably was the worst hardpoint that they played throughout the last set, and really, if they want to be able to make their way back into the series, it probably starts right here with Demian's with Search and Destroy, and then you need to find a way to take Tuscan or Bocage. It's going to be very, very tough to take any hardpoint map off this Braves esports team, but with the way that they have played so far throughout this series, I mean, maybe they might be able to do it. They might be able to just take a hard point. But like you said, Demiance, it's where it's all going to start. And when you're really looking at this ASU Maroon team, I think some very positives that we saw from them in the first time we saw them play this map was, one, they really caught SEU off with that first round push into Church on offense. If they can find a way to maybe finesse that push a few more times against the Braves, it could work really well. And if they find streaks, we know that one kind of set plan that they have is to drop a glide bomb on towards, I believe it's the B site, the one outside towards the water. Yeah, it is the B site, out towards the back forest area. And if they can get the bomb down there, it pushes all the players out, they get a free plant. It could just possibly work for them again here. I mean, it's really going to come down to it. They need to pull all the stops to beat the Braves today.
Well, folks, don't forget that this is not the only action that we're having on the CCL today. We also have the Bravo stream going on, covering the St. Edward's University Blue Squad versus the New Jersey Institute of Technology Red Team over in the lower finals, playing for that lower semifinal spot up against the Eagles Call of Duty team. You can go check that out over on twitch.tv/collegecodbravo. If you do want to check that out, that's Tiff and Proper covering the action. Here, we got Braves up 1-0 in the winners final. This is for punching a ticket over into the grand finals for the cash prize, a guaranteed top 3 placing, guaranteed top 2 placing. Jesse, this is a big match. A lot of implications here. And Braves starting off hot right now. ASU, they need to pull this one back. Talk to me a little bit about Dem Yance. You already kind of mentioned ASU's style and how they started off this hill, but I mean, we saw this map once already. Anything you'd like to see change up from this team?
I think on their defenses, I think they were kind of a little bit scattered. I think you might need to kind of stack up, play a little bit more together as a defense than what you were doing. Because I found that when they were losing their defenses, they were kind of getting first blooded quite a bit. And then the other team would, SEU was kind of just running through them, getting a bomb down, making it a lot easier on their job. As well as probably maybe watch your flank a little bit more on offense, because that was also something that we saw come through quite a few times. Was just a couple of the SEU players were just able to sneak their way through. So maybe you watch a couple more lanes throughout this game. But honestly, they won it in round 11. I don't see a reason why they can't do it again here against the Braves.
You know, when you have the ice behind you, you're pretty comfortable at that. So let's get ready for Dem Yansk, everybody. Get in chat. Let us know who you're rooting for here in the CCL Winners Finals. ASU Maroon, Braves Esports. Let's take a look at Dem Yansk. Let's hop into the Search and Destroy cruise. I can't wait to see who's going to be starting on one side, because like you said, I mean, it's a big thing. You start on attack or defense. So let's get into it. Dem Yansk, Search and Destroy. Talk to me.
Well, here we go. Lightning, as expected, carrying the bomb, the OBJ SMG player. But a beautiful start to the round here for Fishty and a few of the players on ASU Maroon, as they're able to find just a few kills over the middle of the map. And it's just going to leave Fame all by himself here. But, I mean, not a situation he hasn't found himself already once in this tournament.
Oh, no. I mean, you 1v4'd yesterday. Why not do it again? Why not in the winners finals? Why not against your opponent, ASU, right here? He's found himself onto the roof, is going to get some information on the player crossing. That's a free kill and a half. And the great escape, looking to make a ruckus all the way around this, as there is a player inside the tower and a player all the way back in the attacker spawn. So Fame kind of pinched out here. Not sure if that player in the tower spotted him, but ASU in a really good position to put this one away. It's just a matter of time before that, and Fame still has to collect this bomb.
He's been very, very sneaky throughout this map so far, but not getting any information from these ASU players. I love how they're playing this. Both just kind of sitting and waiting on an angle. They're making Fame make the first move. He needs to pick the bomb up and then head over and try to plant it down at one of these two sites. It looks like the B site will be what he prefers. It looks like the audio cue may have just come through. They might know that he has that bomb.
Bomb goes down. Here's the hunt. Fame takes the one-on-one. Is gonna lose it. That's Fishity and the Automaton. Wow, that's first round of ASU, and it's a big one as well. Shout out to Gravity, pulls out the sniper, gets a big pick down in the lake, putting Fame in that position, and he was able to make it a 2v1, pulls it back from a 3v1, but at the end of it, I mean, we talked about ASU and their positioning, it was just stellar.
Yeah, it was a great first round from them there, and it's exactly what they need to do against this Braves team. You need to just find picks and just start playing your man advantage. It's exactly what they do, and I absolutely love how they played the end of that defense, just how slow they played it, just to wait and make Fame make the first push. You didn't want to give them another individual one-on-one, even though that kind of was what it was at the end. They were definitely still in position to make that trade if Fame did win that last one-on-one there, but nonetheless, we see ASU Maroon, and this looks like a very set plan in round number one. Looks like we're going to be seeing a hit out towards that aim site.
We saw this again and again in our last series, but you talked about watching their flank. That's a free kill right there. Exactly. Lightning makes the overextension and finds it. That's 3 down in an instant, and in the blink of an eye, Braves on the edge of a 1-1.
Kind of feels like the Braves were watching the that last series, because they seem to know exactly what ASU Maroon were going to do on that first push, and it was a push into the A site, exactly like what we saw in their first offense of their first series of the day against SCU. But this time, Braves, they were the wiser to it. They were sitting in there. They absolutely had it read to a T. Win that round out. Now back on offense, looking for a better offense here for the Braves.
I want to take a look at Gravity on that sniper, if he's going to be pulling it out once again. He is going to be moving up on top of the roof, but only holding off, watching the cross into Gully. Fame's going to find first blood off screen. That's Affectini out of the play, a big, heavy hitter for ASU now. With this, they are going to be opening up the map for a spearheaded push right down that bridge. Lightning trying to work his way into B from the top. Is going to get traded. Fishity makes it an even 3-on-3, but Noisy hot on his heels. 3v2.
But that bomb's down all the way over in Gully, like you said, so not in the greatest spot in Gravity. He'll find one, but again, Noisy right there for the trade. That's something that these Braves do so well, is even when one falls, they're just always there to pick up the pieces from each other, especially in the man advantage, playing it to a T right now. And now you can see Noisy and Co. They're just going to rotate off the site. They need to get over towards the B side of the map, pick this bomb back up, and hopefully get it down in the Gully.
This is kind of like roles flip-flopped a little bit. The bomb is down, and oh, I don't know if they spotted Sprack there. It doesn't seem like they have. They look pretty confused.
Yeah, no, I don't think he saw him, actually. Yeah, at first it looked like he was pre-aiming the right area, but it might not just be the case now. Sprack, he's just going to sit inside church, wait for this bomb to go down. Now he's going to need to choose how to make his attack.
Oh, he's crossing into the danger zone, and Braves watching like a hawk. 2-1. They go, and a big one as well, switching the roles in that one. A 2v1 their way, and they lock it down pretty comfortably.
Yeah, very, very easy round for them to be able to close out. And again, they get that first blood, and then after the first blood, it was just trade after trade after trade. It made their lives that much easier. And ooh, we see a sniper come out here. It's on the Brave side as well. I'm interested to see who this is sniping. We'll see as soon as the HUD pops back up for us. It's going to be Ethan Too Nice, and it looks like he's going to be sniping towards the Gully side of the map. Very similar spot there as to where we saw in the first round. And oh my god, I love this angle. If anybody peeked under here, they would have been gone.
But no, the bomb's going down at A really fast.
Same
This is
push.
what we saw in Bokosh from SEU. Very aggressive for their end. Fishy finds first blood. Look for a second. Sprack 3 in a row. Ethan last alive now with the sniper. Let's see that montage. Let's get that. Look for the Catalyst 5 out here. Oh, he's just going to go for the pistol. Not even worrying about that. Recovers the gun, but it's too little too late. ASU are set up for victory. Walks into the enemy territory of that bomb zone, and he gets put down immediately.
So they go for the exact same push that they went for in round number 1, but this time nobody inside the Braves, inside of the church for the Braves, I should say, and just it's an easy bomb plant if nobody's in there defending it, and you get the bomb down. And once you have all those angles crossed inside of church, unless you get pinched on in a very awkward way, it's very easy to hold on to. We saw them do that in round number 1 against SEU, but I guess the Braves they weren't ready for the double down there of the push. And now Ethan Too Nice, who will pull out the sniper again, he's going to watch right over the church, and doesn't even need to find a first blood with a sniper because he's got Noisy looking over him, able to find first blood.
Yeah, the trade, though, from the nade of Effectini, still hunting, is the sniper of Ethan Too Nice. Kills getting traded back and forth, leaves us in a 2v2. Look at the gully, though. It's controlled by Effectini. Well, Sprack's waiting on the bridge. Shots from Fame, and not able to find the follow-up there, as both of these players from Braves very disconnected from that bomb. Ethan just finessing his way to live. You look at this, Fame's found his way on the roof. He's going to pull back into a 1v2 now. How are we going to see the rebuttal from ASU? Sprack, once again, 1v2. MP40 in hand. Ethan has the recovered STG. And he's going to be making the ruckus into A. Spots him out. Shots are good. Braves clutch up again.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think both players were actually running the STG on the side of the Braves there because of him picking it up, obviously. But yeah, able to close that round out. Didn't really allow for ASU to get kind of set up in a very comfortable position at all there. It just looked like the Braves, once they got that first blood in the middle of that round there on defense, just ASU were never able to fully recover and get into a comfortable position where they felt like they were really in a strong defensive spot. And the Braves didn't even feel like they needed to plant the bomb in that round. They just had everything under control throughout the entire round, and they get the job done absolutely.
Cool, calm, and collected.
No, don't peek this.
If you're ASU, you just can't lose those. Finding first blood, putting yourselves in such a good position with the bomb down. 3-2, and Lightning, first blood into the next one. Sprack answers back immediately, and still shots ringing off back and forth. Noisy looking to stay alive. Has bomb down. Not sure if he knows that. Looking to escape on 19 HP and barely staying alive. It's a lot of damage onto these Braves players. They're trying to escape as they can. Fame gets caught on the rotation. Noisy looking to go back and double down. Now all alone. Catches some good timing onto one. That's Fish D out of play. 1v2. Bomb still down. 42 seconds to work with Jesse, and they know exactly where Noisy is. It's hunting time if you're ASU.
I mean, do they, though? Noisy's gotten out, and he's kind of gotten into an annoying position. I think he just spotted one as well. Knows this bomb is down here as well. But unfortunately, he'll catch some rough timing on the player top church. He just looked there, too. So I think he thought he cleared it, and then as soon as he comes around this corner, you've got Gravity just sitting up top. He peeks at just the right time, drops that final player. He knew he had to go over and get that bomb, so just kind of a rough spot for them to be in for himself. I mean, 1v3s are always very, very tough. He had a chance, just wasn't able to close it off there.
3-3, tied up again here on Demyan. Search and destroy ASU, putting up the good fight here. As he again, Effectini is going to be making the play. That's Fishity all the way deep inside the gully, hiding behind that B bomb. Noisy's going to catch Effectini again for a first blood towards the Braves.
Yeah.
Numbers advantage and map control now through mid. Looks like they're looking to fly on into this B site, but they are going to disengage back over to Church here. Player number 8, Sprack. I hope he's ready for this.
Effectini kind of just got a little overzealous there on top of the bridge, taking that challenge right off the rip there, and unfortunately falls for his team in that round. And Lightning's now going to fall to 2-6 in this game, not having a great series right now if you're Lightning. He's going to put his team in a 2 versus 3 as ASU Maroon find 2 kills in a row, and now they can really just kind of try to zone this out. Fame will trade it out, leave us in a 2 versus 2 here.
You just don't get to peek those. You're in a 2v2. Such a great spot, but once again, Sprack left alone. Braves, they have to go recover the bomb. 29 seconds left. Sprack should know this. Bomb gets recovered. He's going to have a fight right to his right. Noisy takes it, hops on up. Sprack has to get out alive now with 23 HP. He's just going to be playing the time, playing for that plant, and making sure he could try and isolate these one-on-ones inside the church.
Oh, we didn't get to see him on the cross out either. So, yeah, Sprack is not in a great spot here to be able to win this round.
Take to the skies. If the ground level doesn't work, let's get an aerial POV of the rest of this surrounding church. Both Braves players are on the inside, so Sprack is going to have to find not one, but just two side by side as soon as the action happens. Here he goes, right around the corner, doesn't check it enough, goes the full 360, and he gets caught red-handed. Braves Esports now back to the lead 4-3.
And he knew he needed to be aggressive in that situation. He was running out of time. What, only 25 seconds left to get that? He would have had to have found both kills and the bomb defuse. 7.5 seconds for the defuse time. It definitely would have been a very rough spot to be in for himself. And yeah, just not the round that you want if you're ASU. You were in a 3 versus 2 in that round, and it was looking so good. They needed to plant the bomb if they were the Braves, and you just kind of overpeaked 2 different times and just give the round right back to them. Oh my God, Noisy.
Again, what is that? That's disgusting. It is going to be traded out from Fishy. So no harm done here as Effectini closes out, keeps it even, closes the distance on Noisy, and is able to find him in the back line. But again, Fishy's, oh my God.
Stun.
What?
He kills him with a stun. Those stuns, if you guys don't know, stuns in this game do a ridiculous amount of damage. And now Fame will catch the timing on the last, gets his 5th in a row. And that's going to give him the glide bomb, the round win, and a 5-3 lead here for Braves Esports.
We've seen a round 11 already, a game 5, a stun kill, double nades. I'm just checking off my bingo card right now. A Vanguard launch day here for CCL Open, and
can we check off a Noisy straight headshot onto a head glitch as well on that player middle map? That was disgusting.
Might as well, but I don't have it on my card. It just happens all the time.
Oh,
so
that's that's the middle square. You know, the one that like is.
Oh, okay, it's the freebie.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just know it's gonna happen.
The bomb very aggressive here into the church. They're going to burst on into that smoke. Gravity is able to find one. The trade's favoring ASU Maroon right now, and the dust settles. The smoke it gets cleared, and it's a 3v2 their way. So let's see if they can convert this into a round win. It seems like Noisy has an idea of this player here, and he evens us up now, 2-on-2.
Oh, and the glide bomb comes on in. Maybe getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine is ASU Maroon here, but they will force a 2 versus 1. Noisy all by himself, no stranger to these situations.
Nobody would have thought that after that streak, Effectini would have flown. Sprack gives him a 1-on-1 now. Noisy has the bomb recovered. He has won these again and again in the CCL. Let's see if he can close out map number 2. Didn't get eyes onto him. Underneath, Effectini is hiding behind this wall. 30 seconds to work with. What are we going to see Noisy do? As Effectini, it seems like he's in the right position to not just only hear the bomb at one site, but both sites.
Unfortunately for Noisy, Effectini does not glow pink on his screen as well, so has no idea that that player's in that situation and in that spot. But that stun might find him perfectly.
It didn't.
I don't know how, but it did not find it. But the bomb will go down. And now Effectini.
Here he comes. Noisy finesses. Oh, no. I thought he was about to do it to him, but Effectini's got the ice, baby. 7-7 in the search. Keeps his team alive.
Effectini, that was a huge round for him as well. Finds 3 in a row. Gets the bomb to defuse, so possibly working his way towards some streaks now as well. The ASU Maroon, they will not go down without a fight. We need to see this right here. He was ready for the finesse. He was pre-firing that left side. So as soon as Noisy jumped around the corner, he had the gunny ready to go. Drops him down. And now ASU Maroon back on offense. This seems to be where they are the most comfortable in this game, in this map mode combo. So if they can get this bomb into the A site, I mean, there's no saying whether or not we'll get around 11.
What card are we going to get dealt here for the ASU Maroon tactics? It seems like they're taking an approach here, but the sun's going to slow them down now. Information in the hands of the Braves. The door is open. Lightning has the cheekiest angle right here. The bank shot not gonna land, and Fishity dying offside. That's not gonna help ASU Maroon getting to this round 11.
No, but they actually have an open P site though. If they can realize that and wrap this bomb, they might be able to just get it down there. But Lightning finding that kill, proving a 3-7, and Fame finding one more. It's just not the situation you want to be in for Gravity. 1 versus 4 would have to be a miraculous effort here if he wants to pull this one back.
Looking to pull the rabbit out of the hat here. Gravity, how much can he handle right now with the Braves Esports? Nothing at all. Braves going up 2-0 in the winners finals right now. 5-6-4. on Demyansk. They took Berlin. They took the Search. Tuscan's coming up next, and this is not looking good for ASU.
No, and this was the first map that that ASU lost in the last series to SCU. Once we headed to map number 3, it was Tuscan Hardpoint. It was a map that it's just they didn't look over comfortable on. I mean, they had a great first set of rotations, but as soon as SCU started to heat up and really start to string a couple hills together, that's when you started to really see ASU start to struggle. And this map has kind of become ASU's biggest issue in this whole tournament so far. Series number 1 of bracket play. What happens? They lose this map by 1 second. It was like a millisecond. They didn't get the final tick on a hill. They didn't rotate to P2. They end up losing the hill. Last game, it was a super close game until SCU really pulled it off towards the end. The big comeback victory for them. ASU loses 215-201. Now we head into this, and it's looking kind of rough for them, man.
Well, I mean, when you're confronting your fears right now of the monster in the closet, which is Tuscan, no better way to face it than going up against the reigning champions of the CCL. I mean, Braves Esports, they are no team to overlook right now. You know how strong they are. We just saw it, how much they could take over rounds, not only in Search and Destroy, but how much they could take over games in hardpoints as well. And right now in Vanguard, they look like they're slotting right into this game like it's just their home. So heading into Tuscan, I mean, talk to me a little bit about this map for teams that are, or for people who are just tuning in right now for map number 3 or for the series, may have missed out on the last one that we had in the semifinals. Talk to me a little bit about Tuscan.
Yeah, so I mean, Tuscan is a very interesting map because it feels like even when you're in control of the hill, you're never really fully in control of the spawns unless you really know the right areas to play. And I mean, we've seen both these two teams on stream play this hill. Play this map, I should say, sorry. And when we've seen them play this map, we know that they both know how to play it correctly. So when you're playing Hill 1, it's really comes down to both teams need to kind of get a good break off. It's very similar to Control. And I know I said that the last time we came to it, but if you can get a good break off on this hill, I mean, you can absolutely find a good 30, 40 seconds as long as you zone out correctly. The big thing is the rotation of P2 and P3. P2 can absolutely be a hill where you get a good amount of time on, just whether or not you play spawns correctly, and then P3, the same thing. It is just such a money hill if you know how to zone out the other team.
It's do or die right now for ASU. This is where SCU, St. Edward's University, were able to start their reverse sweep. So, I mean, if you're going to take a page out of anybody's books, you might as well just take it out of their books. They just literally did it to you. So, I mean, you look at the rest of it, it doesn't get easier. If they do find Tuscan, you got a whole map, whole 3 maps after this that are what? It's looking like... I think double dose of Bocage after this one. Yeah. So you got 2 Bocage maps after this, and if you look at the SMG presence of ASU, yeah, it was there last time, but I mean, you got Braves Esports against them, and if anybody was tuning in yesterday and got to see exactly what Fame did in a Bocage Search to Destroy, you have to be thinking that that is going to be one of the hardest maps you're going into. But you have to get over Tuscan first. You have to beat a Bocage hardpoint just to get there into that map number 5. And I think that this is really where we need to start seeing some of the AR presence from ASU Maroon really step up. You know Fishity's going to be there. He's been consistent all series long for ASU Maroon, but you need that supporting cast to be there. You need that secondary AR to come into the fray, find those routes, and really lock them down for the team, because if you let these Braves Esports SMG players slip the lines, they are going to be exposing you.
I mean, actually, kind of an unpopular opinion here, but I think that Fishty and the ARs have looked good. I think it's been Effectini and Sprack that have kind of been struggling in this series versus the submachine guns on the other side of the thing. And yes, Lightning has had 2 very rough maps, but again, OBJ player, he's doing his job. He's getting the hill time. He's getting that bomb down. So, I mean, even with him playing rough, the Braves have been off to a very good start. And I really don't think that this series gets any easier for ASU, because not only have we seen Ottawa play both these maps in the first series that we saw them in the bracket play, but we've seen them 100-point club Concord Maroon twice on these next two maps. Tuscan, it was a 250-92 map. Ottawa and then on to Bocage, it was a 250-92 map as well. So it's going to be a very, very tough time for ASU Maroon to be able to come back and take this series. They needed to get the jobs done in the Search and Destroy and steal a respawn. Well, now they need to steal 2.
And even though Concord Maroon may be rebranding a few players into there with 2 new players on the roster, they are still a dangerous team coming out 8-0 from the Swiss bracket. Like,
yeah, that's disgusting.
That's a crazy one. The fact that Braves just kind of handled business with 200-point clubs, and that has me even more frightened right now for ASU Maroon. So right off the bat, last time we saw ASU Maroon on this map in our last series, Fishity brought out the sniper. If there's one way to start off this time, I mean, it's creative, and I like that, but I don't think you can get away with that the second time around.
I don't think you're going to get away with it against the Braves either,
No.
especially. I think that it will be a not the most fun to pull a sniper out against a team that will just absolutely fly at you. I think it might also depend on what side they spawn on whether or not he pulls up the sniper as well, because definitely the left side would be the more favored side where they were the last time to do it. I don't think from the right side you would get really the right angles to be able to pull it out either. So depending on where they spawn, maybe we might see it again here, but I think very unlikely. And also I remember the map that Formal used to do it on. It was Retaliation from IW that he used to pull it out on all the time. It was that first, you remember that map? It was the very long range one. He used to just jump over the middle and just hit some ridiculous snipes in hard point, but we don't see that too often, especially not in CDL. Usually snipers are getting GA'd now.
I mean,
hopefully not this year.
Hopefully not this year. Yeah,
it will definitely be. I mean, let's be honest. It will definitely be GA'd in hard
Codkiss,
point.
I'm looking at you. Don't do it. Don't take away the snipers, please. Come on. It's just so fun to see. It's so exciting. To watch.
It's also the best part of when you go to a live event and you see somebody start to line up a snipe, gets that sniper down, and everybody in the crowd, and then the it is the best. It's honestly one of the best feelings in the world. Don't you dare G8 this year.
You're making me reminisce here, say Cruz, and I'm thinking about the old days, but I don't need to think of the present because we do have map number 3 underway right now. We're gonna be loading into Tuscan Hardpoint, and as I said, do or die. ASU Maroon, this is their grand finals ticket on the line right now. If they lose this, they move to the lower bracket and they have to fight their way back to play Braves again. But I mean, this is just another day in the park for Braves Esports, looking for another 3-0 into the winners bracket finals. We're into Tuscan. This is gonna be a good one.
Oh my god, you gotta imagine that there was probably a preset strat there to throw a double nade over towards the right hand side, and they absolutely work it to perfection. They get the first blood,
Gravity.
But it does not seem to matter. Gravity with a hot 2-piece to start the game off. Can't find Ethan in the corner as well, but I mean, job done already. The first 15 seconds going to the likes of the Braves.
Well, it seems like he knows the gravity of the situation right now. Already finding 2 to open this up. ASU back into the hill with a solid break onto Monument. You see the rest of Braves Esports still spawning up at the fountain. They're going to take another swing at this hill for scrap time. Sprackets caught off on the rotation. Fishy's looking to stay strong right here. Another 3 down for ASU Maroon. Can Gravity finish off the last? It doesn't matter because Fatini has his back. Braves back into the fountain spawn. Now they have to worry about hill 2.
I mean, yeah, if you're the Braves there, why not take another shot at it, right? I mean, you're spawning so close to it, and the next hill, you basically have to go through that to get to the next hill anyway, so they take another shot at it. It doesn't work out in their favor. Then now ASU Maroon, they should be the first team set up here, but we also saw them get set up here early on in the first set of rotations against SEU, but got broken very early from them.
There's a flank coming. Is Fishity ready? He got the first one, but not the second. So Fame now in the back line. Is he going to draw those spawns away? Still back and forth in the feed from both teams. You get the spawn in the back for Braves. Now flipped on his head. ASU, they got to be ready for this one. Sprack still turning up onto the hill. Is able to find one. Trying to finesse his way around the outside, but walks right into Fame. The pitch is in. The collapse is on, and Braves find the break.
And if they want to hold on to that site, Gravity needs to be watching that back angle. Unfortunately, he pushes off of it, so they lose the spawn in the back there. But you can see they've already just decided, hey, you know what, screw it. We're not going to get any more time on this hill. There's no sense pushing across the map. Let's get over towards P3, try to get a full setup here, and really just try to lock down this third hill, because this absolutely can turn into a money hill. But look where Fame is. He's in the spot where he can really influence these spawns.
Yeah, they're going to be taking the route through rooftops. The Fishity tried to cut them off now. Is that going to affect where Fishity spawns? Yeah, he's going to be spawning deep back at that monument. So Fatini on the pinch here. He's got to turn big up for his team. 2 kills go the other way. Ethan and Noisy, they find the break. But here comes Fatini. He is going to split this one out. Look for the second one on the Fame for the wide swing. And he's going to catch him off guard, but nobody collecting time. Finally, ASU is going to get back into it. Gravity looking to soak this one up. As the rest of Braves looking for the break now from the front of the hill, out from that monument hill number 1. Things are going to get dicey. Ethan finds 2. Fishy the last one standing, and Ethan, he locks down 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, ASU need to be really careful about the overextension that they are making because they could force a spawn out, and it's exactly what happens. I mean, maybe not the worst situation, though, spawning out in the last 15 seconds. Braves will be able to get the scrap time, but once again, early time in the early rotation, it should go to the way of the ASU Maroon.
This is relatively even right now. This is basically dead even between both of these teams. A 1-point difference going into church. Noisy slipped the lines. He's going to take them off the hill. Goes for the shot punch, but... I mean, Sprat can throw hands too, but guys, Fame's gonna find the trade for his teammates. Still back and forth now into the mix. Lightning from the top, surrounding this team. Braves are into the fray right now. Lightning finds the second one, but they're finally finding the break off the back of Ethan. They have the spawns in the back as well, Jesse. So ASU, they have to fight their way back if they want a little bit of this 30 seconds, but they're struggling to get into this hill. They need to find a few of these kills and deep into enemy territory right now, into this church. You know that Braves are looking to slay on out, and there we go. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get dicey, and Braves are looking to walk out on top. Scrap time's going to be on the line, and Noisy, I love the way he's playing this. He's favoring for the spawns in the back. He's going to get back in for the scrap. Going to go back in for the contention. He finds a big one-on-one for the rest of this.
That's a 7-second swing that goes the way of the Braves here towards the end of this. But now the issue comes in. ASU Maroon are in control of this new hill, and it really feels like this hill, whatever team is in control of it, will get the close spawns on their preferred side.
The action's still going, Jesse. You know how fast this command center can be. 82 to 79, things still even between these teams. ASU looking to claw their way back, still split kill feed between each team, and Braves come out on top.
I cannot believe the spawn that the Braves just got. I don't think I've ever seen that spawn come in towards the bottom left like that. And they spawn up so close to that hill, even with ASU occupying the hill. I thought for sure that we were going to see a spawn out there. And I'm pretty sure ASU thought the exact same thing. But a blessing comes through. Braves able to get right back into this hill. And this should be, honestly, a lockdown of these last 20 seconds.
Oh, the nades, the stuns, everything. Barraging the Braves esports team inside that command center is going to relinquish them for a little bit of that time. So we're going to be heading to the second set of rotations now with only a 30-point lead. ASU, you saw how strong they were last time on this hill. If they can repeat that right now, they could close this.
They absolutely can. I mean, already with a very good spot off the rip here. I mean, they did a good job not re-challenging command center because then they can just reinforce back into this hill. And with all these gunfights going down, it's actually just going to leave Gravity all by himself. He needs to go big.
Oh, he loses it. Noisy finds two. He's going to be soaking up this time now. 37 seconds, still onto the hill. And now ASU are in the exact same position that Braves were in last time, spawning up in this Fountain Hill. Yeah, they could take another swing at this, but they're going to be so late on the rotation over to that column. This isn't even worth it. They're catching them on these rotations. You look at player number 6, FXTD, finally going to be making that rotation around Jesse.
He's going to have a big job here. A big one-on-one versus Fame. He wins it out as well, so that should realistically lock down these spawns on the right-hand side for the ASU Maroon players. And as you can see, Fame just spawns up. He spawns up at our third hill at Fountain. But look at who has snuck through the cracks. Lightning. He's going to try to be a little sneaky player in the back.
A little slippery snake in the spawns. Do they know it doesn't matter? FXTD is going to find him. Off some good timing now. Looking to break this one down. They line up, but Noisy is going to take the trade. Still, ASU Maroon collecting this time, but look at the spawns coming out for the Braves. They're in the back line. Ethan gets a blessing in disguise. Lightning finds the break on top of this, but Ekvaktini finally finding these kills. Still Braves in the back line. They're going to be able to reinforce this hill right off that respawn now. You see the pinch? It is set up. Gravity still collecting this time in the midst of all this battle. 25 seconds on the line right now. Braves Esports, they can push their lead, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to get to do now that they have the break.
Yeah, really, this could get really, really rough here. ASU was looking so good when they were locking down that hill, but the break comes through, and the back 25 seconds again of scrap time go to the likes of the Braves. And now Effectini, he's really just trying to affect these spawns in the back. He absolutely does. He wins that gunfight out, but he's going to have more to deal with.
There's one. Is he going to expect the one around the right? Nope, Ethan. Going to find that trade now. Rooftop occupied by Ethan. Too nice. The rest of them going to be flooding on in through the middle. Fishy in behind. He's going to find Noisy now. Is he going to be ready for the rest? They're up in the burning building. Look for the alley. They flood on in. Track lines him up. A T-kill from Lightning, but he's going to disengage. Let his teammates pick up the mantle, and still split kill feed from both of these teams. Nobody occupying the site until ASU hop back on. It's a bloodbath here in the Fountain Hill. Flame to dance around the double bunny hop out, and he is going to find the break right now with the help of Ethan Lightning. Finally gets the kill, has his back. 16 seconds left, and Braves Esports are really close to putting themselves over that 200-point marker. But ASU Maroon, again, just like Berlin, Jesse, they are holding on by strings.
I mean, both times that we've seen that Fountain Hill, it has been scrappy back and forth. Both teams have been playing very well, not really allowing the other team to get a good amount of time on it. But this is where we saw the Braves get a good chunk of time in the first set of rotations, was in this Churchill, and they have a full setup right now on it.
Good timing there. The nade from Fectini, or from Fishity, finds Fame. So we got 3 players on the hill right now, occupying the church. All doors on lockdown right now. And ASU Maroon are shutting them right as well, not allowing Braves to even get a touch onto this hill, to get a foot on the hill. Gravity's nade. How did that even land on him?
I don't have the answers for you, Colin, but what I do have for you is that Fishity is on 6 in a row now. That's going to be streaks. Start trying to build towards a few more of these, and if it does get back to that hill number 1, those streaks could really come into play.
Right now, Braves giving up that hill on Church. We're back to even, Jesse, heading into the command center. Oh my goodness, 199 to 199. It doesn't get better than this. You have to glide bomb, but once again, this is very sheltered. You're not going to use it here. The nade spam is what's going to be the name of the game here inside command center. Fishy looking for an opening. They have the pinch. 2 players on each side. Now the flood's going to be on in. Lightning to split the difference, but the kill's coming through. Favor ASU Maroon. It's Fave left alone to fight his way on out. And he's just not able to. Fishy's on this. But his teammates coming off the spawn, they're going to be so far away from the action. Braves just able to get back onto it like it's nothing.
But the job is done, though, for ASU at this point. You know that your main goal right now is to, yes, contest this hill a little bit, but you want to be the first team over towards this new hill because you can use your streaks that you have. I don't think the Braves have any streaks on their side, so ASU Maroon with streaks, they could absolutely use this hill number 1 and really, really turn it into a good hill for their team. But they're losing the rotations over those streaks. They might need to be invested early.
Fame has a glide bomb. He's going to call it in right away. Here come the big guns, baby. Spots out 1 throughout you. Glide bomb for glide bomb. It's a trade for trade. Noisy's going to double down, though. 10 seconds left into this hill. Who's there to touch? Player number 5, Srack. He's going to drop a bomb as well, but 4 kills go their way. 4 seconds left remaining for the Braves to send ASU packing. There it is. It's a 3-0 sweep, folks. Grab your brooms. Brave Esports are moving on to the grand finals.
It's just so tough for ASU. They played that map so well, so much better than I think they did the first time we saw them play it as well. And against a harder opponent, in my opinion, over SEU. Obviously, they beat SEU, and they end up falling out 3-0 to Ottawa. But yeah, man, they looked so good throughout that entire game. And just unfortunately, if they don't give that streak up to Fame on that last set of rotations, if they've got 2 glide bombs there and some players to play around the glide bomb, that really could have been a different hill. We could have ended up seeing a very tight and close game going into P2, but instead the Braves, they get that glide bomb, they use it to perfection, and then they just zone that hill out so well. 2 glide bombs on the side of ASU, it just didn't even matter. It did not matter. Everybody just pushed into the hill. They found, only one kill with each glide bomb apiece, and the Braves team, they were just able to keep spawning up so close, reinforcing that hill, and they just needed such a minuscule amount of time that they were able to put it away there.
The win condition was set in stone, Jesse. However, the Braves just brute forced their way into it to finish that off. A 3-0 sweep, but honestly, ASU Maroon, they impressed me. If this is the start of CSL or CCL, if this is the beginning and this is what we're getting, I am ready for the roller coaster of emotions we're about to get for the whole season to follow this one, as this is just a taste of what we're going to get against these teams, Jesse. And already, I mean, this is just delightful.
The Vanguard season this year is going to be a fantastic time. I mean, this is the matches that we're getting 2 weeks into the game. Imagine what we're going to be getting 3 months, 4 months into the game. Teams are only going to get better. Strats are only going to become more efficient. And it's just going to be a fantastic season for the CCL.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Braves Esports, they do it again. They solidify another grand final for them to play in later in this day. We're going to head to a break, and coming up next, the losers semifinals against Eagles COD and St. Edward's University Blue. You don't want to miss it.